Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about how women absorb the DNA and retain the DNA of every sexual partner they've ever had their entire life. Now, a study a few years back from the University of Seattle and the Huchenson Cancer Research Center found that women who had sex with multiple partners retained the DNA of that partner. Originally they were studying to see if women who gave birth to males were more susceptible to certain diseases. But what they stumbled across is that when a man goes into a woman and ejaculates in her, that sperm has got to go somewhere because it's live cells, so it's trying to penetrate whatever it can. So if they have the traditional sex, obviously it goes in her, but if the man actually ejaculates in the woman's mouth, the sperm will make it, in her nasal passages, in her inner ear, and the back of her eyes, and even make it into her brain and spinal column. I know it sounds out there, but this is true. And then the woman will actually become a product of all of her past sexual partners. She'll take on their traits, their characteristics, because their DNA is literally merged with hers, that they've become one. So again, like we all knew, the less sexual partners a woman has, the better off she'll be, and the better she'll be able to pair bond with you. Because if she just likes spreading her legs and has multiple partners, she's never going to join with you or connect with you because she don't know how. Because she has the DNA of all these other guys in her. And so if you were to marry her, it'd be like you walking down the aisle with her plus the 30 guys she's been with. And you think that marriage is going to work? Absolutely not. So women retain the DNA of every man they've ever slept with. It's very interesting, and it's not really talked about, even though this study is a couple years old, but it explains so much. It explains why women behave the way they do, especially if they're dirty whores, because they're just behaving in a conglomerate mixture of all the guys they've been with, whether it's one-night stands, whether they're actually in relationships, whether they were just, trying to be a scientist and experimenting. Now, scientists do experiments. You're just being dirty whores. And the fact that the man, even if they have a one-night stand with the guy, his DNA is permanently lodged in her body and in her mind for the rest of her life. So it doesn't make one-night stands that too appealing now, does it? Now, it affects women because women have eggs and they don't inject nothing into men. Men don't take on the DNA of the woman, but the man is literally injecting his DNA into the woman. And the DNA, like I said, the sperm, it's trying to penetrate whatever it can, because that's what it does. And each ejaculation, millions and millions of sperms are released to go into the woman's body to, become one with her DNA. And if you notice, like couples who've been married for 15, 20, 30 years, they tend to start to look the same, kind of act the same, because literally they become one. Their DNA is merged into one. So it goes to show what we've always known for a while now, that you are the sum total of all your sexual partners. So again, it doesn't pay to be a dirty whore, because it's just going to cause you more problems in the long run. And any man who wants to be with a woman who is a known whore, you're just a dummy. Because you're going to have her and all the DNA of all those guys she's been with inside of her. Inside literally of her mind, she's going to be thinking like them. And women who have slept around too much, they don't act feminine. They act more like men, masculine, because of all the cum dumpster she's become. Just to put it straight. So again, it was a study done by the University of Seattle and the Huchenson Cancer Center. So I recommend you look this study up, and it shows how women permanently absorb the DNA of every sexual partner they've ever had.